Hi, hey, hello, kisses and hugs. This is teacher Aliona. Welcome to my channel where we learn most natural English from Twitter, Netflix, interviews, celebrities, movies, TV shows, and most importantly, we improve slang and American pronunciation. Today, I'd like to welcome you to the universe of you.
Every relationship has its obstacles to overcome, right?
Most well-liked, even by Stephen King, who said he's a fan, psychological thriller since 2018 that has created so much buzz around it, especially this year with the release of its third season. I can't. What's the plan of the video, you ask? A lot of cool vocabulary from all the seasons, many insights, both shocking and pleasing, and a gift from me at the end of the video, so make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and watch the video till the end. Let's go!
Sometimes all I think about is you, late nights in the middle of June.
To begin with, my dear fans of this TV series, Season 4 is coming. Yes! Season 1 introduces us to a really controversial yet very charming character, Joe Goldberg, a bookstore manager in New York, who, when meeting Guinevere Beck, or just Beck as we know her, an inspiring writer with lots of bugs in her head, becomes obsessed with her. Literally, he starts stalking her online, and a chance meeting at night results in saving her, becoming a hero, and these two become really closely acquainted.
Remember me? Almost dying on the train tracks?
It rings a bell. Hang on, hang on.
Seeing her as she is drunk, he steals her phone, he starts stalking her online activity, and when Beck's wealthy boyfriend threatens to come between them, guess what Joe does? Locks him in his secret glass vault.
Get the hell out of here! Now!
Settle down, Benji. Let's talk.
And him. Joe and Beck start dating, but Beck behaves in a really weird way now.
Why is Joe so perfect? How come he can be so perfect boyfriend?
She decides to tell her friend Peach about him. The writer of the book chose the name Peach because she really found it annoying. That's why it's right here. And both of them start suspecting Joe in being not entirely truthful. Basically, every meeting of Peach and Joe is like... When trying to win back again, this romantic psycho decides to throw a rock into Peach while she's running, but guess what? She survives. It's very noticeable now that she has feelings for Beck and tries to set Beck against Joe, and that's where she gets... Joe decides to show that it was all done by Peach herself, if you know what I mean. Leaves a note on her laptop with lots of beautiful metaphors, sorries, and goodbyes.
You're going to get through this. It'll take time, but I'll give you as much time as you need, and I know. Once the dust settles, you will find you're better off without her.
Probably out of curiosity or just because he thought Beck doesn't trust him anymore, Joe decides to visit Beck's therapist as he starts suspecting that Beck and this counselor are together. And he was right. When he confronts them, that ends their relationship. And Joe starts dating Karen. We call Karen those people who always complain, so don't be a Karen. But then the fate does its work. He runs into Beck in a few months later, and their romance reborns. Karen somehow knows about Joe's past, warns Beck about his ex-girlfriend who kinda disappeared, and that's when Beck gets most suspicious.
It was a lie. It was all a lie. I've done nothing but dote on you.
Our lovely Joe continues playing perfect boyfriend, but accidentally Beck finds a box in his ceiling where he was hiding all victims' phones, information, belongings, and that's when Beck loses her head. Joe locks her inside the vault. She tried to trick Joe and lock him instead. He actually managed to get out and... her. The end? Not really. He gets away with everything, and the finale is Joe and his ex-girlfriend Candace meeting at a bookstore and discussing that they have some businesses unfinished.
You like a little attention. Okay, I'll bite.
Season 2 opens with Joe starting a new page in LA to get away from Candace. He steals an identity of a small criminal, Will, locks him in a glass vault. And this is the time when he meets love. Again, gets obsessed and charmed. Soon he gets a job at a department store run by her wealthy parents. By the way, Enavrim, the name of the department store, actually stands for Nirvana. And Nirvana is actually going through all the seasons of TV series You, where she works with her brother 40. 40 is a character that is constantly being a pain in the neck for Joe.
Speaking of love, does she seem off to you? I think I might have offended her.
I wouldn't sweat it.
Love and Joe get close, but she eventually discovers his dual identities, breaks up with him, Candace shows up, reveals the truth about his dark past, and this is the time where our lovey-dovies break up again.
Will Bettelheim, what a great name. Almost sounds made up.
Is she trying to spar with me?
Not to waste time, Joe decided to have a brief affair with his landlord Delilah. And guess what? She finds keys to his storage room where he kept his glass vault. He locks her inside, and while helping 40 and running a lot of different errands, forgets about Delilah and finds her. Candace shows up again, shows this whole thing to Love, and this is the time where Joe has to come clean. Guess what? Love decides to take care of Candace and to her. Was Love a wolf in a sheep's clothing all this time? God knows. Now, Joe is actually shocked by how Love starts building up the plans about their future, as well as the desire to help him with the buddies. Here comes Joe, thinking about Love.
You know why this is happening? Because while I was seeing you, really seeing you, you were busy gazing at a goddamn fantasy.
Probably because of being afraid of Joe's intentions or just being afraid for her life, she tells him she's pregnant. And Joe decides to continue to love her. Weirdo. There's an accident at a grocery store happens where 40 gets. Season 2 ends with Joe and Love moving in together into their new home. And guess what? The final scene is where Joe sees his neighbor, leaves us with a beautiful teaser for Season 3. Season 3 starts with Love and Joe trying to fit in to their new neighbors. But here comes again. Joe kisses this neighbor, Natalie. Love gets to know about it. And what's her reaction, you ask? She decides to ask Natalie for help with her new bakery. Love is a pastry chef and decides to her. Love makes a couple of other mistakes by knocking out another neighbor, Gil, who actually had infected her family. By the way, this viral video is actually about this moment from the TV series. Just watch it.
You know, I was watching an episode of You where measles came up.
Wait. When did I mention measles?
I don't know. It was on You.
What was on me? What are you talking about? Is Raymond even hearing what I'm saying? I never had the measles.
Was on You.
They end up dealing with it, trying to make it look like it was connected to Natalie's murder. But Matthew, Natalie's husband, a very handsome man, investigates his wife's death because he doesn't believe anything.
The truth is, Matthew doesn't have to go down for this.
Then our beautiful Love ends up being attracted to Theo, who is a son of Matthew and stepson of Natalie, and has an affair with him. They are actually dating in real life. He's actually older than Love in real life, older than Victoria Pedretti. And he went to college with Beck from Season 1. And our lovely Joe is cheating on Love again, but this time with Marianne, who also works with him in the library and has a daughter. To reborn their marriage, Joe and Love have an experiment with a foursome with their neighbor couple Sherry and Carrie, but Love gets so angry about seeing Joe with another woman that she starts yelling at him. She reminds him that she had Natalie for the very same reason, and the result of it all, Sherry and Carrie end up hearing everything, and they locked them in a glass vault.
Unlike you, I have to be his mother. 24/7. In addition to running a fucking business, keeping this house together, dragging you to therapy.
At this point of time, Joe sees a very bright future with him and Marianne and doesn't want love anymore. Now you ask how it all ends. Theo finds a couple in a glass vault, gets knocked out by love, survives. Jerry and Carrie become famous celebs on how to challenge the relationship by using a cage and survive. Marianne, together with her daughter, runs away to Paris. Love tried to Joe because she figured out he'd been cheating on her for long with Marianne, but actually ends up failing because Joe had taken remedy against sedatives she put in his food. Doesn't survive. And Joe sets the house on fire. Looks like it was all Love's fault. Writes a goodbye letter of hers. Leaves his child for Dante, who's also a librarian, and his husband. Changes his name, and guess what? Goes to Paris. Congratulations, you made it till the end. I really hope that it was useful and you liked it. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and one last thing. Be safe, sound, and see you around. Love.